So today we'll be getting server maintenance, and with it comes an update. The server, at least on PC, will be down at these times, probably a little bit different for consoles. But we already have the full list of changes that are coming, so let's jump straight in. 2 new pictures been added to the Venturers Guild. Let me know if you spot them, tell me what they are. One of the Spelljammer quests has been fixed. However, it's very likely the quest meeting your idol with the Aboleth has not been fixed. So you just gotta wait for him to spawn. If you can't find him, maybe you need to change instances. But he's top left of the map, in the very corner. Now there was a whole bunch of changes to the trial, the defense of the Moon Dancer. There were definitely some bugs which made it easier to beat, and others that maybe you would have run into and been not able to complete because of them. First of all, you'll no longer be able to enter the boss arena when players are properly inside the arena. Crew members will no longer get stuck in invisible walls, and then a bunch of fixes to the achievements. Dash shall no longer be obtained regardless of what time you took. You need to beat it within 12 minutes to obtain it properly. I'm the Captain now master achievement should now correctly unlock when Captain Zular is defeated with at least 3 lieutenants alive. For now, you're able to just get it anyway. And so the text has been updated a little bit. Basically, you need to have 3 lieutenants alive when you kill the captain. When you kill the captain, the trial's not over. You still gotta kill the 3 lieutenants. Additionally, the boss will immediately re-engage into the fight after being at his invulnerability phase in the normal mode. And also, no longer will the weapons drop before you've actually finished the trial. Basically, the weapons were dropping when you killed the boss rather than when you've actually fully completed the mission. Now, those of you who play Barbarian DPS will be delighted to note there's actually some improvements right here. When you're leveling up, it'll be a little bit easier with gaining these features a little bit earlier. But then the encounter power, Bloodletter, a core single target damage encounter that most will use for its high single target damage. It is going to 600 magnitude, with then when you use the Blood Spiller going up to 950 magnitude. This is an increase from just 520 to that 600, and then with the feat 920 to 950. That's a bit of a damage buff. I guess you can also use it on the tank side. So with Blade Master Pacific, the Battle Fury encounter, which is your buff ability, will no longer drain over time. So you can increase your damage dealt by 10% and nearby allies damage dealt by 5%, and it will generate a little bit of rage. The cooldown's also been significantly decreased. The way it was before is over time you would give less and less of a damage buff, so now it's just going to be fixed, so pretty useful, and the cooldown gone from 25 seconds to 20 seconds and generating plus 10 rage on activation. Will not scale with your relentless battle rage though. This is good, but I think the damage dealt buff to nearby allies should be 10%. I still think it's not really worth it. Perhaps you might use it in an AoE support build or something. At least it's a step in the right direction. Axe Storm, the encounter power, will have a sped up cast time and basically be 1.4 seconds instead of 2 seconds. Making it a bit more friendly to use in AoE. Otherwise, the Sentinel Power Gun Sure Strike will now restore stamina on hit. This is very good, as Sentinel really did miss that. Every other tank has an at-will which will restore stamina, so now Sure Strike will. And it's pretty viable to use for threat as well, decent amount of damage for it. So if you've got enough threat set, you can use that as your main at-will. And otherwise with the Paladin, they made a quick fix with Divine Palisade tooltip, just so it correctly displays. Otherwise, some enemies and encounters with the new trial, the Saboteur, the Trap, will disable you for only 3 seconds instead of 10 seconds. Was quite a pain. You were just running around not being able to do a thing after being hit by the trap, because all your powers were locked for a whopping 10 seconds. With the Demon Web Pits, the spiders, they should no longer have a chance to appear in non-Demon Web Pits encounters. With items and economy, they fixed the stacking issue that caused Brute Smite to drop its bonus every few seconds. I actually don't know what bonus that is. Ah, there we go. It's the new legendary ring where you're 25 feet or closer to your target, you gain 5% power. So apparently that was dropping off and now it should be fixed. And then with the Spelljammer campaign store, you'll actually be able to purchase the rare rings when you've completed the 3rd milestone. There was a bug where you were not able to buy them even though you had got that 3rd milestone done. But more importantly, master crafting. The prices are finally dropping. Soul Bead recipe will go from 12 Fallen Gods ore to just 6. Additionally, the cleric weapons. The main hand will use 2 less soul beads and the offhand 1 less soul bead. So it should be significantly cheaper. We'll double check here. There we go. Men's brands and master crafting. Soul beads, 6 Fallen Gods ore. Excellent. The cleric's icon down to 1 soul bead cost, and the symbol down to just 2 soul bead cost. So yeah, significant price drops there. And overall, everything that used soul beads will be like half as expensive to make. This could impact the price of Fallen Gods ore and bring the price down of it, as people won't need that as much. But it can balance, because more people might want to buy this gear that uses these soul beads, and since the prices might be a bit more affordable, they may very well sell more of them, meaning your price could actually go up a bit of the Fallen Gods ore. At least on PC, the price has gone down to like 85,000. Could be different on different platforms. But I remember this selling for over 200,000. Those were the times the dungeon made a ton of profits. So potentially this price might go down further with less demand, but we shall see. It's not like there isn't a whole load of other Mastercraft materials they need, like Abyssal Crystals, Garistro Hide, Marilith Hair. All these items again coming from Advanced and Master Demon Web Pits, just from the bosses. We may very well see the prices go up on these as more items are created that need them, and there's not that much of a supply. Anyway, it's good to see a bit more equality. It was quite ridiculous the cleric weapons were so expensive, and just the amount of Fallen Gods ore needed for the soul beads just made all the prices of the Masterwork stuff, at least the good stuff, to be pretty expensive, and thus people just wouldn't buy them, wouldn't make builds around them. I personally think it's a good thing, and it should have been done from the start. And otherwise, with the mounts, several 4-slot insignia bonuses were displaying out-of-date information in the short description of their powers. And that was in particular with Trainer's Restoration, Accursed Resolve, and Lionheart's Perseverance. That is it for today's update. Everything to note just there. Again, a bunch of changes with the new trial fixes there. Particularly those achievements, if you didn't get them already, well, they're going to be a lot harder to get. Barbarian, I guess, will appreciate a buff to Bloodletter, and potentially Axe Storm if you like it in AoE, and Sentinels will be happy with Sure Strike giving stamina. And otherwise, Master Crafting should see a bunch of price drops. So again, this update is later today, at these times, at least for PC. Special thank you again to all these channel members for their added support, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.